mission and I won't stop. No destination, but it's worth a shot. You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. Ready for a war, got my armor gear. Sharpen your sword cause the time is near. Gotta do it big like Bon Iver. I'm a rock star on a chandelier. Off the walls, yeah, I'm about to go crazy. For the beast, anybody that can tame me.
Good morning. I have not moisturized my face yet today, because today for primer, I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution, or sorry, Revolution Beauty, I think they're calling themselves now. Baking oil. It just says to apply to skin prior to foundation, and since it's an oil, it should work as a moisturizer, and I know it's also a primer from reading the website. I'm not sure how it does about mattifying, but this is just what I feel like doing today. That should be enough. There's apparently fragrance in this. Citrus oil. And peppermint, argan oil. I can definitely smell the lemon. So if you're allergic to lemon oil or anything, something to worry about. I'm not allergic. If I was allergic to something, of course I would read it before I just started slapping it on my face. I was just surprised that I could smell lemon so much. I was surprised I could smell so much of the lemon as soon as I put it on my face, because I didn't know it was in there prior. It's near the end of the ingredients, but it's pretty potent. And I used way too much, I think. So let's put some on the neck. And also, of course, since it has citrus in it, if you're in a sunnier area or during the summer or whatever, if you don't already wear sunscreen, I would definitely wear sunscreen with this, because citrus products can make you photosensitive, which can lead to sunburn. Sunburn can lead to skin cancer. I'm not exactly too worried today since it's March. I'm in Alaska and I don't go outside much. I really don't do outside. Okay, so I think that'll work. And I think this also has some SPF in it anyway, right? Yes, this has SPF 25. Yesterday I did not conceal and powder prior to foundation. I will be doing that today, just because yesterday I did get a little oily at the end of the day, or shiny, right, especially right on here. I did a few like short check-in spots, but I didn't do actually a video at the end of the day because I had other things to deal with. But the foundation held up well. I did have some transfer, but you couldn't really tell. My makeup was still intact. It just came off on a few things, but that was more towards, I think, 6 hours or so. And that wasn't with like, just like a casual brush across my face. That was me like, cracking my neck, or when I was dealing with an ingrown hair over here, or when I was on my face and my hand for a while. And it was only a little bit that got on my hands. I didn't have any transfer on any of my papers at work or anything. I can't tell you how it transfer on like white shirts, because I don't know if you've ever noticed, I do not wear white because I'm so messy, especially when it comes to makeup. I always have been. So if I'm wearing a white shirt, it's somehow a requirement and would only be for a very brief amount of time. Same with collars. I can't do collars because I've never had any luck keeping makeup off my collars. And that's for any brand of any makeup that I have worn over the last 25 years. Or I should say 25 plus years. Oh, and for concealer, I use my AOA Wonder Cover in the shade Cocoa. I'm going to set with the RCMA No Color Powder. So now we're going to go in with the foundation. Okay, 4 pumps seems to work for me. Might need a little bit more when it comes to my nose. We'll see. Maybe my nose is just more sensitive today, because I can really smell a perfumey scent in here today, but I did not any of the other times really that I put on this foundation. It's not super strong, but I do smell it now, and I don't remember smelling it before. I mean, it's not bad. It's not really, I don't know what that scent is. I don't think it's lavender, because lavender gives me headaches. I don't think it's rose, because I'm familiar with rose. I don't think it's magnolia, because I love magnolias. I do think it might be a floral, but I can't tell what. Okay, and again, I don't know, maybe I just get better coverage with a brush, because it seems like It's a little deep today too, and like it was yesterday, like more so than the other days I was wearing it. Well, I might go back and see what their next cool shade is that's a little bit lighter. But definitely not anytime soon because I've got a crap ton of foundations. Some of which I need to get a little shade lighter, some I need to get a little shade darker. So I'm just going to pretty much use up what I have at some point instead of buying new shades. Okay, I think that's acceptable. My brush. This will be easier to wash. I've noticed that wiping off my makeup brush as soon as I'm done with it makes it much, much easier to wash later. I hate washing my makeup brushes. Today for highlight, trying to find it. Yeah, we're gonna go with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Deep Dark 50. And there's not much left in the bottle, so I've got my little beauty scraper tool here because I am using up all of it. Okay, apparently that was the last of it. I come prepared with backups. So we're still going to be using the ColourPop Deep Dark 50. Just have to open another one. Okay, so this bottle is kind of smooth. This one is definitely frosted. This is my old one, this is my new one. I feel like the oranginess of it might be a little bit, or it might be a little bit more orange than before. When before I think it was more peachy. It doesn't look too yellow though, but it just doesn't look as cool. Hopefully that won't be a problem. I'm gonna blend that out, be right back. Now I'm gonna set with my Ben Nye Pretty Pink powder. So even if that was a little too warm concealer, that'll be fine because the pink powder is cool toned. Oh, and I should not have done that. Now this thing is overly full in the top. And then I'm going to contour with my Ben Nye powder. I think it's ebony. I don't know why I can't keep it straight if it's ebony or dark cocoa. But anyway, it's the less expensive dark one. It's just the regular, not the luxury. And that's the same with the pink powder too. That one's the regular one, not the luxury. The luxury one is called, I think, Rose Petal. And I haven't tried that one yet because I'm happy enough with the pink powder, so why pay more? Even though for my regular everyday powder, that one is the luxury powder in the shade Nutmeg. For eye primer, I'm going to use the Base Booster from BH Cosmetics. And then I'm going to use Andy Candy pigments for my lid color. Do my lid first and then work on everything else. I don't know what the shade is I'm using under my brow because it's the one I got from Sally Beauty that has a metal sticker over it so that it can stick in my magnetic palette. But it's just a white shimmery shade. I'm using the same brush, so there is a little bit of green transfer. And then I go into, we're gonna go into Miami Spice by Coastal Scents. Now I'm gonna switch to a clean brush and just blend out the Miami Spice with my other two colors. I'm gonna go into Fresh Chive, no, we're not. We're gonna go into Level Up by Colored Rain and Bay Breeze by Colored Rain. Now I'm gonna brush off my bake. For blush, I'm going into the Airy Minerals Loose Powder in the shade Plum. This is Clean Colors. I'm gonna go into my Ben Nye Nutmeg Powder. Okay, set with my RC May No Color Powder. Chin again, looks like I left the bake on there or something. Or maybe didn't stop highlighting my pointy chin. I was going to do my lips now, but I want to make sure I'm on time for work, so I'm just going to dust off my powder and I'll deal with my lips at lunch if I have time or something like that. Set with rose water. Brush the powder out of my brows. I don't have time to brush it out of my lashes. And even though my rose water isn't set yet, I'm going to use my Set in Stone Matte Setting Spray by Muse so that can hopefully get dried down while my I'm putting on my socks and finishing getting ready for work. I will check in later. Bye. Okay, so we are actually at 19 hours. So it is early in the morning and I should be asleep because I have to go to work the next day. But I actually just woke up from a nap. And this is what my face is looking like. Looks like I've lost quite a bit of coverage on this side of my face, the side I was sleeping on. This side still looks pretty intact. Well, yeah, I think it looks pretty intact. And of course I do have some separation on my nose again. And I guess I was sweating in my sleep. So that's just coming off. But I mean, this is at 19 hours. And I think when I was around like 12 hours, I still hadn't had any breakthrough of oil or sweat. My face was still very matte. And I didn't even use a mattifying primer today. I used that baking oil from Revolution. So that's that.